What up, Stackers? BigstackMcgee here. How are you doing tonight? It is Friday night. Another work week done. Time to kick back and relax, enjoy the weekend. Unpackage some silver, which I'm excited about. And we're going to get to that in just a second. I will say that this particular package is courtesy of one of our own in the silver stacking community, and I'll give him a nice shout out when I open up this package. But too long for me to wait. I need to rip into this package and see what we got, and then I'll be back at you with real quick. Okay, so I have a nice tube of silver here, 20 ounces, and I mentioned before generic, and it is. But before we get to that, and even what it is, I'll let it speak for himself. What up, Yankee? Thank you so much for sending this silver my way. Really appreciate it, and happy to have it. I'll show everyone what that is in just a second. But shout out to Yankee Stacker. Yankee is one of the most prominent up-and-comers here in the silver community in terms of videos. Awesome following for live streams, and he does his coast-to-coast and all that kind of stuff. In fact, if you're watching this video tonight, Friday night on January 24th, I believe coast-to-coast number 10 is coming up here at 9 p.m. Eastern. So if you're around, please check in because he's got quite the production there. But specifically, I was on a live stream a week ago, and just following along in the comments, and I saw that there was a list that he was promoting of silver that he had available or that he could pick up, courtesy of either himself or the coin shop, I believe, that he has in town. In fact, I'd love to know a little bit more about that. But it had prices for lots of different things on there, and he's able to pick it up and send it out for a modest price. And this particular tube of coins that I got, actually tube of rounds, I should be careful. It's not coins. This is generic silver. But it's been something I've wanted for quite a while. So let's just get into it. And thanks again, Yankee. We have some prospectors. Now, everyone's seen these before. In fact, Provident has their own copycat version of these. But this is actually from Engelhard, the old school company that's now out of business. Long since gone. But let's just take a look at some of these here. Nice and shiny. Early 80s, Engelhard was just a metals dealer. I don't know if they were actually got all the ore and created the production themselves or whatever, but I don't think they were a bullion dealer specifically, but they created the metals. So yeah, this is the Engelhard Eagle. I'm sure they got right the very next one. This one, and this was this 82. This one's got the large E Engelhard. You're going to see the same kind of stuff on their bars. I have mostly Engelhard bars. Somewhat collectible in today's market, I guess. And I use that term loosely, collectible. I mean, you can find Engelhard bars at spot. I'm sure you can find Engelhard rounds at spot as well, but this just fits into my collection nicely. I've always wanted some. I didn't want to pay too big of a premium. You know me, I'm not big on paying a collector's price for silver that others would just look at as spot value. But yeah, so here we go, whole 20 ounces. And this will go into my generic silver bin. I have a Monster Box American Silver Eagles. I have a lot of other government bullion out there, several things of silver maples and some Austrian Philharmonics and some Australian rolls too as well, like the silver crocodiles and things. This is not going to go with that. This will go with all my visits to the coin shops where you walk out with some generic silver rounds and things like that. I'll keep it in with that. But yeah, so Yankee, really appreciate it. There we go. Awesome. Thanks, Yankee. So yeah, it's kind of funny. I just wanted to talk briefly about my last video, or actually last couple of videos. So I think about a week ago or so, I picked up, it was a Seated Liberty silver dollar that I had picked up, and boy, it's kind of funny. Not the most popular of my videos, put it that way. In fact, some people got pretty fired up on, wow, how can Big Stack be buying collector coins now and numismatics? What's up with that? And it's funny. I had about 12 or 13 people unsubscribe after that video posted, and I just had to chuckle because I understand some people are very fired up about specifically how do you stack, how do you do whatever, how do you collect, and for years and years and years I got so much grief from coin collectors when I was just a plain old stacker that all I wanted was weight and I wanted to get as close a spot as possible, and guess what? I still am that way. That's how I feel that stacking is for me. But buying that coin was not stacking. For me, that was more about buying history, and it's something that I want to pass on down to my kids. I'm really, really enjoying getting coins from our history and getting them in good condition. And do I think that the premiums that I paid for it will hold? I think so. I mean, history has shown that it will, but that's not the reason. I'm not buying it for an investment purpose, and I'm hoping to make a buck. I'm not selling that coin ever. That's going to my kids. And so I have no problem buying that. It's a luxury like anything else. It's like you could buy, a car that just gets you around, or you can buy a nice car or a fancy car, and people can think one thing about you or whatever. But it's not going to go against my stacking philosophy to buy something that I want just for me and for my family. So I have no problem with doing that, and I'll do that again, I'm certain. But I'll also continue stacking because I believe wholeheartedly in that. I've been stacking much, much more gold recently than silver, but when this came along on Yankee's spreadsheet, I was very, very happy to pick it up. So I do want to invite you to check out Yankee's spreadsheet. And he gave me permission to go ahead and post the link to that. So if you look down in the description, you'll see a link to his spreadsheet, and I believe he keeps it updated, lets you know quantities and how much things are, has spot price changes and stuff. But he just runs this pretty great service where he's willing to send you out stuff, and he lists the prices right on there. So if it's something that is worth it to you at your price point, go ahead and give him an email and send out that he'll let you know what you got to do to get that. But for me, it worked out perfect because it was something that I wanted, and it's for a price that was cheaper than anything that I've been able to find this for. So it was a win-win as far as I was concerned, and it does some nice economic work in where he lives. So why not take advantage in one of our own? And I really appreciate it, Yankee. Thanks for that. And that's it for my take this week. I'm going to go ahead and put this back with my stuff, and then I'm going to kick back. So, as I mentioned, if you're around, check out Coast to Coast tonight. Other than that, you guys have a relaxing weekend. This is BigstackMcgee. We'll be back at you real soon. Take care.